Well, hello there, everybody. This is me, Loretta Coleman, and I'm here for a special invitation for you to join me on Labor Day. It's going to be a great celebration. It's going to be a day of fun. It's going to be a day of excitement. We're going to have water slides, door prizes, dance contests, some good inspirational music, and more. Come 4300 St. Andrews Road, Columbia, South Carolina. If you want to be a vendor, hit me up at 803-683-0864. We would love to have you to be a vendor. Only one vendor of a kind. We're not going to have two, three, or four of the same vendors. So if you want to be a vendor, give me a call. We would love to have you at our event. Be blessed.
Hi, this is Zenobia Corley of Luxury Z Boutique. Please join me on Thursdays at 8 p.m. for live selling on Facebook.com/Luxury Z Boutique LLC. We have designer inspired bags, designer inspired jewelry, and designer inspired shoes, and much more. Please join me on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Facebook Live. Be there.
Hi, I'm Gwen Sims, the MC with the special touch, inviting each and every one of you all to come and join me every Thursday night at 7 p.m. Facebook Live. Come on to the table. Let's talk a little while.
Well, hello there, everybody. Happy Monday. We are certainly glad that you are here with us on tonight. We welcome those of you who are tuned in, whatever platform you're tuned in on, if it's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. We say welcome to you. We hope you had a very happy weekend and had an opportunity to get you some rest, perhaps go to worship or attend some activities. We're just glad that you are here once again to be a part of our show. Now, we want you to tag a neighbor, tag a friend, because we're going to talk about something tonight that has affected all of us. And the topic is simply life is hard, but don't give up. Life is hard, but don't give up. We're gonna try to offer encouragement to people, more encouragement and less criticism, more encouragement and less criticism. And before we get our show start, pinned in my comment box is some information about our back to school event. We solicit your donations. We are going this year to provide school supplies for battered wives and their children that's in sister care organization. And so that's what we're going to do. And widowers that have lost their husbands, we're going to provide school supplies for them. So if you can help us out, we appreciate it very much. YouTuber, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Miss Daniels. We appreciate it so very much. We're going to go on into our show. Y'all know how we do it. Once we get started, once we get on the roll, if you have questions, put it in the comment box. If not, you'll see us doing that. That's us waving at people, acknowledging the fact that we have seen you if we are in the middle of a conversation. But let me ask you a question. We're going to start off with a very deep question. Have you ever went through something in life and you just felt like it was going to take you under? Have you ever experienced anything in life and you thought it would never end? Have you ever been through anything in life and you thought nobody understood what you was going through? Well, my answer to all three of those questions is yes. I've been there. And I'm quite sure some others have been there too. Joyce Johnson, my cousin, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Kathy Johnson. Good to see you. Miss Geraldine Pugh, thank you so very much for joining us. The questions again: have you ever been through anything in life that you thought you would never get through? Have you ever been through something in life that you thought would never end? And have you ever been through anything in life that you thought no one understood? My answer to all three is yes. And why I decided to do this tonight is because I encounter so many people that are hurting. During the course of a day, during the course of a week, it is so many people that is hurting. My problem may not be your problem. Your problem may not be my problem. But guess what? We all got problems. We all got situations. We all got challenges. I can't talk about your problem. You can't talk about my problem. Your problem may be big to you, it may be small to me, but I'm not the one that's going through it. And what I want to leave tonight is I want us to stop putting people problems in categories. And what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, if they're not in our circle, a lot of people, if you're not a part of our circle, and it sounds really bad, but I'm just gonna tell it like I said. If you're not in their circle, they could care less what you're going through. If you're not in their club or civic organization, they could care less what you're going through. If we are truly who we say we are in God, we should care for all people. We should care for all people, no matter what they have, no matter what they don't have. We should care for all people. That's my thought. Y'all talk back to me in the comment box. Hey, Vicky, thank you for joining us from Ohio. Thank you so very much. I am so happy I got a chance to hear from Tuscaloosa, Oklahoma. Thank you, Janice. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate that. But Bracy said yes. Joanne Noble, thank you for joining us. Carolyn Kelly, thank you for joining us. And sometimes life hits us with so hard that if we didn't know that there was a God, we would say, what in the world has happened to me? I'm gonna tell you about me. I can't tell you about nobody else on this line but me. But there have been some things that's hit me, and if I didn't know that God told me to trust Him, and if I didn't know that God is with me, I would have just thrown in the towel. I'm just being honest with me. But I had to remind myself of what His Word said about my situation. And just because I repeated scriptures, that didn't mean that it wasn't hard. It was still hard. I had to keep repeating that word, because life can throw you a curveball, baby. That's right, Miss Pugh. Life can throw you a curveball and you say, what in the world is going on? All right, Detroit, Michigan. Hey there. Thank you for joining us. Life can throw you a curveball. And the sad thing in it, and I'm gonna be real raw tonight. The sad thing about that, your neighbor, your family member, your church member could care less what you're going through. They could care less if it's not about me and mine, me and my family, me and my church members, me and my cousins. Then it don't affect me. But yes, it does, because maybe that's a part of a problem that I have. Because when I see somebody that hurt, I hurt too. Because see, I know what it is to hurt. I know what it is to hurt. I know what it is to go through and feel like nobody understands. I know how it feels to feel like I'm all by myself. Carolyn said, God knows everything, and most people are ashamed to be real. You hit it dead on it. But you know what, Carolyn? A lot of people they're not ashamed to be real. They're just afraid that what they share with you, that you'll go and talk about it. And most people will. Not everybody won't, but most people will. They'll twist what you said. Loretta told me she had a bad habit, and she had a drinking and a crack problem. And that's and I may have said sometimes the situations and circumstances are so hard, I feel like taking me a drink, or I feel like smoking me a blunt. You twisted it around, and you said something that I didn't say. So you have a lot of people that want to talk to people. You have a lot of people that want to just lay it all out. And you have some people that just want to scream and just want to cry and just want to holler, but they can't do it because of lack of trust. Lack of trust. Yes, Joanne, lack of trust. Lack of trust, because all persons that say that they're praying for you are not praying for you. Some is gossiping about your situation. And I'm just calling it like I see it. Some people, everybody, that's why, they say, can I help you? I'm here. I'll listen. You better be careful of that listening ear. You better be careful of that listening ear, Kathy. Pastor Charles Jackson said, whoever has your ear has your destiny. And sometimes we give the wrong people our ear. And I learned that the hard way. Because I used to be a person that would trust. I would trust you. I would trust you. And I didn't have no reason not to. But Lord, at the end of the day, I wish I had kept my mouth shut. And I'm just being honest, because they never gonna get it straight. Never will they get it straight. They gonna make it seem like it was worse than it was, and then there's a relationship just going down the drain because of a misunderstanding. So now, what I do, of course, I talk to the Lord, but I talk to my dogs, cause my dogs, well, my dog now, they ain't gonna tell nobody. Because I can't trust people. Because see, let me tell you why I can't trust people. Because if I tell you something in confidence, and y'all know me, y'all know I'm real, and you betray my confidence, I'm gonna come and ask you. I'm gonna come in, I'm gonna confront you, and I'm gonna ask you, why did you do what you did? Pastor Reggie Flynn, that's true. Especially pastors don't trust to open up about their weakness or struggle. They can't, because the first thing people will do, Reverend Flynn, is go, oh, do you know Reverend Flynn is going through this? Do you know Reverend Flynn's supposed to be? Supposed to be? What you mean supposed to be? Just because he got something that's going on, something is wrong, you think he's seeing or something like that? See, we got things wrong. We got things wrong. We look at things. Hey, Lois, thank you for joining us. We got things so wrong. Joy said, me too, Sister Coleman. You touch. I'm telling you can't, where is the trust? They can talk about the mothers all they wanted to back there in the day. They can talk about what they didn't know. They can talk about how they dress. But when they come together, yeah, you had some, but you didn't have that many. You didn't hear your business out there like that. But now it's almost like a contest. It's almost like a contest. What can I find out on you? What can I find out on you? And going back to what Reverend Flynn said, you know, think about pastors. Think about what we go through. Think about what we go through. And then think about the pastor who don't have an avenue. They can't go and tell anybody in their church or another colleague. They can't tell another colleague, because you have jealous colleagues too. But what it can do is seek counseling. And there's nothing wrong with counseling, nothing wrong. But it's sad that they have to go to that point because of lack of trust, but there's just not trust to me like they used to be. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Charlene. Thank you, Reverend Flynn. I have little trust in people. Hello there, Minister Kenneth Grubbs. How you doing? Thank you for joining us for Alabama. Elder Omar Parks, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it so much. Um, Bridget said, yes, since my heart attack and 2 strokes. I don't want to lose this, y'all. Hold on. Since my heart attack and 2 strokes, laying in the hospital all those days, I really was giving up. I prayed and I prayed, asking the Lord to give me strength to get up out of this bed and let me continue to do daily activities. Some stuff I still can't do, but I trust in the Almighty God who I serve daily. Being blind out of my left eye is hard for me to see, but I'm still here. No feeling in my left leg, but I'm still here. I strive every day to get better. I can deal with the little things, but okay, did she run out of space? If you ran out of space, you could continue on. You can continue on, Brenda, because you ran out of space. Uh, y'all, hold on. I done lost. Okay, let me go back up here. Kathy said, I learned that the hard way too. I wish I had never confided in Christian person that I thought would console me in confidence, but a listening ear can sure be a running mouth. Never again. Never. Never. And they say never. And I love people. I love people. But I just, until God delivered me, I just have a little trust in people because I've been hurt. I've been damaged. Have I forgiven them people? Yes, I've forgiven. I really have. I laugh and talk with some of the people that have hurt me, and I don't have no ill feelings. I just will never tell them nothing else, ever. I won't never tell them nothing else. It's good to see you too. I mean, nothing else, but we damage people. And we don't know we damage people by running their mouth. Oh, thank you, Miss Jones. Thank you. Thank you. We damage people by running their mouth. And you know what the sad thing is, Victoria? Um, Victoria said that's what you call religious people, those who are quick to judge. I was just getting ready to get on there. Somebody can come and tell you something. You don't do no investigation or nothing. You just immediately believe what somebody come and told you somebody said. You mess up a perfectly good relationship by listening to negativity about something somebody told you about somebody else. And 3 years and 4 years down the road, you find out it really wasn't that person. It was that person that told me that felt that way. Oh, y'all better come on here. Nah, I'm telling you, that's what happens. Put your trust in no one. Amen. I'm telling you, that's what happened. And I say it so often. I've lost some good people dealing with bad people. The people that I thought was bad was good, and the people that I thought were good was bad. I'm trying to tell you. So you got to be very careful. You got to be very careful what you say to somebody and what you do to somebody and how you respond to what somebody tell you. Thank you. I appreciate that. You got to be very, very careful. Hey there. Thank you for joining us. You got to be very careful. I'm telling you, I have lost some good friends dealing with bad people. I'm going to say that again. I've lost some good friends dealing with bad people. The people that I thought was bad was good, and the people I thought were good were bad. So be careful when you sit and listen to somebody. You give it to God. Amen. And be careful, because you can mess up. You can mess up. Kathy said it really hurts. Yes, it does damage people. It damages people. And it's bad when you can't go to your missionary. And this is not our attack on the church. Let me make that statement. But it's bad when you can't go to your missionary, your choir member, your mother of the church, your intercessory prayer group, and ask them to pray, because I got a weakness. I pray because this I'm having a hard time. Why you got to go and tell that? Why you got to go and tell that? Why is it important for you to go and tell that? Is it important to you because you want people to think that you know everything that is going on in everybody's life? Such drama in the church, and it runs new members away. Well, let me say this: such drama in the worship center, because we are the church. We as individuals are the church. So where we go on Sundays where we worship. So it's not the church; it's the people where we worship at. I have to do that. Flesh will fail. Flesh will fail every time. It will. It will. But you gotta pick up. You gotta pick up your feelings. You got to say, well, God, you know what? I trusted them this time. Help me to forgive them. Help me to forgive them and move on. That's what we got to do. The hurt sometimes will feel like somebody is crushing your heart, like somebody's crushing ice, or somebody is dicing your heart, like they dice onions. It's just like people don't care whether they hurt you or not. So much drama in people. People don't care whether you're hurting or not. They really don't. How you doing? Thank you for joining us. They don't care. Where's the love? Where's the love? Where is the love that say love beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, over in 1 Corinthians 13? Where is the real love? And that's part of people problems, where they sometimes they feel like giving up because they don't have an outlet. They don't feel like they have an outlet. They don't feel like nobody that they can trust. And you try to talk to people and you say, I got this going on, that going on. Next thing you know, every time I see her, she got a problem. Well, everybody's not as strong as everybody. Everybody is not as strong as everybody. Everybody don't take things the same way. Some people take things harder than we take them, but it's not for us to gossip about. Um, you know, I can take people talking about me. That really don't bother me. I've graduated from that. But what you're not gonna do, and what you're not gonna do, is put my name in your mouth and lie and say that I said something that I didn't say. Because when I do find out, I'm gonna pick up my phone and I'm gonna get all parties on the line, and I'm gonna say, now you tell me on this line with this person that you said this about me. You tell me what they said. And if they can't tell me, then I just dismiss that because they were lying. We are living in a don't care world now. Little caring these days, very little, very little. And then we ask, oh God, we ask, what's wrong with the world today? What is going on in the world today? What is going on is a lot of us have left our first love. We've left our principles and our morals, and we don't care who we walk over. We don't care who we hurt. We don't care who we damage. It's just a don't care attitude around here. Joy said, I have learned, and now my circle is real small and small. Well, sister, I don't even have no circle. I don't have a complete circle. I don't even think I have a half a circle. Amen. So much drama in the place we worship. It will run people away that are trying to learn about God. Lord have mercy. It's everywhere. It's really everywhere. It's stuff going on everywhere. And it's just Satan realizing his time is just about up. So he's using whoever he can use. Yeah, I'm going to confront the source, Victoria. I'm going to confront the source. Now that's how you put out the fire. Oh yeah. I tell people, I say, if you come and tell me somebody says something, I'm going to ask them, and I'm going to ask them why you are right there. If that person is not in the building, we're going three-way. The love of Jesus has waxed cold in the people today, not all but some. You know, Minister Grubbs, it's just that everything, I think a lot of things is more important to people than treating people right. A lot of people is the me, myself, and I. If me, myself, and my family is doing fine, then I don't have to worry about anything else. But we could care less about you just look at how we sometimes, well, not me because I don't treat them like that, but how people treat homeless people. They treat homeless people like they're nothing. They treat homeless people like they're some disease. We treat homeless people like sometimes they just are nothing. But you know, they just fell on hard times. They fell on hard times. And some of them may have addictions, but it's not our place to judge. It's our place to be kind. I keep telling people, you treat homeless people bad, you treat people bad, be careful how you entertain strangers because you just might be entertaining angels unaware. You got to be careful. Barbara said it really hurts when you have been good to people and they don't care when they hurt you. A lot of times it's in the church. People, ministers, apostles, titles don't mean anything. Well, you got a point there, because you got some pastors and some ministers that's number one in spreading gossip. Some of them, not all of them, but you got some that's spreading discord, that's spreading jealousy, and all that affects the body of Christ, not your local place where you worship, but it affects the body of Christ everywhere, everywhere, and we got to do better. Me, we, for, and no more. That's right. That's right. What goes around comes back to you, and it does. And then when it comes back to us, we want compassion. We don't want to show compassion, but we want compassion. We don't have compassion when people lose their jobs, when people lose their home, their car get repossessed, or you may hear their electricity got turned out. We don't have compassion. We say, what we do, well, what in the world they doing with their money? That's what we do. That's what we do. What are they doing with their money? They should have had money. They driving that nice car. They living in that nice house. You don't know what's going on in them people's house. You don't know what's going on. You don't know how they got that car. You just see what they driving. God hates seven things and discords are one of them. Amen. You don't know how people get what they get. You know, some of you see somebody living on a big house on the hill. Somebody could be in Korea for 3 years and they had somebody to live in the house for them and let them drive their vehicles. But we look at people and we stereotype and we judge them and like the lady said, we spread discord. Oh, don't help her. You don't need to help her. You don't need to help them. Let me tell you something, people. Regardless of what a person do, if somebody asks me for help, if I can help them, I'm going to help them. They can take it and go throw it up in the middle of the street. I did it in good faith, so God is going to bless me. But what we do, we worry about, okay, I'm going to give these little $10 and then I'm going to see what okay, I'm gonna give these $10, but God forbid if you see them with a new pair of earrings on, different pair of earrings Sunday. See, they took them $10 and bought a pair of earrings. See, you don't know what you're talking about. See, I'm telling you what I know now. You don't know. People that's been to my house, I got a box over there now with nothing but jewelry in, where people send me stuff and give me stuff that I can mention their name on here so they can get exposure for their business. You understand what I'm saying? So we judge people and we don't know what we're talking about. And I can't stand stuff like that. How do you know the stuff you say, how do you know it's true? When somebody tell you something, do you pray about it? Do you keep it to yourself, or do you immediately get on the phone and say, girl, let me tell you what Mary said? The Bible said you saw me hungry and you didn't feed me. Amen. How can people say that they love God but don't love the other people? It's just words. Because if you don't love them, the Bible said, how can you say you love me whom you never seen, and you hate your brother and sister who you see every day? It's just that simple. Thank you, Miss Pugh. It's just that simple. We got it the wrong way. I got people, and they say, why you talk about yourself a lot, Loretta? I've experienced a lot. And I don't want people to end up making some of the same mistakes I had, because there were days when I heard you talked about me. Oh, I'm going to find you, and I ain't going to find you with no three parties. At that time, I ain't going to find you no three party. And I don't care who you was with. I would say, you got something to tell me? That's what I would do. But thank God for change. But see, I had to learn. You can't, everything you hear about you. And Regina Gibson told me, I'll never, ever forget this at my birthday celebration. She said, some things you got to let it go. And got to let it go. And I still talk about that thing, because that thing, and I don't think she's on here, but that thing really hit me. And that was a simple statement. Some things you got to let go, because see, my mind, I would sit down and I would think about what you said. And I would think about what you said. And I may not will say something today to you. I may not say it tomorrow, but by next week, I'm going to let you know that I didn't like what you said. Just a bunch of busybodies. That is true. That is true. Don't be anyone garbage can. That is true. That is true. Hey, Angie, thank you for joining us. But we got to learn when people come to us and say, child, let me tell you what I heard. Is it good? Is it beneficial? Is it something that can help me? And if they say no, say, I'd rather not have it or hear it. Bridget said, Brenda said, that's right. You got to let it go and let God handle the situation. You got to. I stop people in their tracks and then let them know, don't bring me no gossip. Don't bring no gossip to me. I'm serving God. You got to, because if you don't stop them, it's going to mess with you. And I don't care how we say in one ear, out the other ear. That's not true. Because once he get in that ear, you see that person next day, you're going to think about what you were told. And that person is innocent. That person is innocent. And it makes people depressed. It makes people sad. It makes people want to give up. It makes people have a don't care attitude, because who can you trust? Who can you trust? Better trust God. And I know some people say, well, oh, she's saying that, and that sounds so deep. God will never tell your business. He will never tell your business. He will never, ever, Mary, tell your business. Now, is it good to have somebody that you can go out to lunch with and talk to and express yourself? It's real good. But the risk is if they get mad with you. They fine as long as you friends. Oh, Lord God, have mercy. But if they get mad with you, then they're going to spill everything that you told. Now, see, I'm not like that. I'm really not. I'm a lot of things, but that's something I'm not. I could not be friends with you for the rest of my life, but I will never tell that confidential stuff you told me, because I feel like God entrusted me with that information. So why am I going to tell that person's business just because we're not friends no more? I'm not like that. I'm not going to do that. And sooner or later, you become contaminated because they are filthy. It's filthy gossip. It's just, that's all it is. And then you saying, what's wrong with me? Then you say, I can't sleep. You let somebody come in and disturb your peace. You let somebody come in and take residence in your mind, and you can't get that stuff out of your mind, and that person has done absolutely nothing to you, absolutely nothing to you. Those of you who follow me on Facebook, I say a lot. If you ain't in with the clique, they will pass your name around every time, every time. But I post on my Facebook page a lot. If somebody come and tell you I said something, my number is public. You call me. Call me when that person is there. Call me. Don't call me and say somebody said. Don't call me and say somebody said. Because when you say somebody said, I'm going to say who? I'm going to say get them. I just did this a couple of weeks ago. I said get them on three-way. They said, no, I don't want to do that. I said, well, I don't want to hear it. I ain't want to hear it. If you can't tell me who said it, don't tell me anything. Don't come and tell me a little bird said. The little bird could be you. And 9 times out of 10 it is. A little bird could be you. I'm telling you. We got to do better. We got to do better. It hurts me when people talk to me and they talk about people in the worship centers that have shared their business. We got to give an account for that. We do. Thank you, Victoria. Hey, little Tracy, how you doing? New York City is in the house. But we got to be careful with the things we say. We got to be very careful with the things. You know, our word could murder somebody's life. Some people today, you cannot trust them. They will stab you in the back. Absolutely. But, you know, the average person, you would say, are you a murderer? And you say, no, I never killed anybody. But some of you kill people with your words, with your lies, by scamming their name. The little bird can really cause harm to others. You better say that. You better say that. You better say that. That little bird may be little, but it can cause so much damage. So I'm going to ask y'all, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to play a part in it? We can't change the world, but we can change us. You know, I love people. I genuinely love people. I love being around people. But if I'm somewhere and I'm at a table or in a setting and you start talking about everybody in the building, oh, I'm going to make my way from around you. That's just the way I am. I'm going to get up and go somewhere. I might go sit somewhere else. I might just go get me something to eat until the conversation is over. That's not what I want to hear. I don't want to be involved in that. Cynthia said, yes, ma'am, we must be careful, even fake pastors. Well, not pastors with weaknesses, and let's not say fake. Because just because we make mistakes and do things, that don't make us fake. It's just that we yield to the devil more so than yielding to God. I'm hanging in there trying to take care of my mom, being rough lately, but God is working it out. And thank you for all the prayer warriors. So we will continue to lift her, okay? Be careful of people that carry a bone because they are the person spreading the gossip. 9 times out of 10. Girl, let me tell you something. Did you hear this? I'm going to keep my business to myself and give it to God from now on. You got to. You got to. Where is your faith? You know what? You can have strong faith. But you can have a tornado or a hurricane to come along to blow, to make you bend, go from side to side, front to front, back to back. You got faith. But sometimes we'll be tested. Sometimes we'll have that Job experience. Job was a man of faith, but God knew he could trust faith. God knew he could trust Job. Not many of us could have went through the stuff like Job went through. and still trusted him. He had them three friends that wanted him to cuss God and die. Even his wife did, but he hung in there. See, God knew he could trust Job, but can God trust you? That's the question. Can God trust you? Can God trust you? And most of the time, it's that pink tornado right there. It is. Watch the person that bring bad news. They're talking about you too. Yeah, because if you can't come to me and talk about my friends to me, really, you can't come to me and talk about anybody to me, but especially my friends. You can't. So I don't understand people who sit in a setting and let people run down somebody that's supposed to be their friend. I don't understand that. And see, I'm a person. Um, I'm an observer. I sit back and I watch things and see you sometimes you think people not listening, but they hear them conversations and that tell me, Loretta, you better not be around that person. You better not be around that person. Because and you know, those that go to in church, in gospel concerts, R&B concerts, any kind of group setting, you got to be with these phones right here. Let me tell you something. You can text somebody. You can text somebody. And if you don't have a privacy screen, they can read every text you're sending. And you don't even know the person behind you is reading the text. And you wondering how your information got out. But you steady texting, holding your phone up like this. Steady texting. Steady texting, and the person behind you is reading everything you're seeing. I'm telling you, you need a privacy screen. Got to have discernment, Mary. Got to. That's how I feel. I will tell that person they're talking about that you that's talking about you. That's why I don't have a lot of friends anymore. I don't either. And I miss doing things that I used to do. I miss going to functions with people and stuff like that. But you know, God ain't through with me yet. And so, and see, the older I get, I'm 64 now, the less patience I have for foolishness. And so instead of getting myself caught up with foolishness, excuse me, I just stay home. I just stay home. Evangelist Hazel, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. But people hurt people hurt people. That's a true saying. Hurt people hurt people. People that don't love themselves, they seek to damage other people to make themselves look good. People that want to be validated by a certain group of people, a certain clique, or something like that. What they do is they try to make you look bad so you can get, yes, Kathy, so you can try and take that place. But I'm telling you, it's you just got to be very careful. Now you don't have to walk around on eggshells. God, somebody put it up here a while ago. You just got to have discernment. You got to have discernment. You got to know, you got to listen. You got to listen. And if you listen to people, if you really listen to them, don't have a conversation, you can find out where your leak is. You remember that song, that old song they used to sing, there's a leak in this old building? Well, if you want to find out where the leak is in your circle, all you got to do is just throw a little something out there that you don't care nobody know, and then just start listening. And then your answer will come to you. May not be the answer you want, and you might be surprised and you might be hurt, but at least you'll be finding out your answer. How you doing today? Thank you for joining us. I'm telling you, you know, things catches us by surprise because we're not attentive. We don't pay attention. But if we pay attention and we listen and we watch, it won't surprise us. It won't surprise us. It will not surprise us. And so I just, I try to do the best I can. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes just like everybody else do. Hey, Miss Martin. But one thing you're not gonna do is lay your garbage in my mind, because I got enough to deal with every day. I got enough to deal with. And for me to allow you to put gossip and trash in my mind, to cause that to go over and over where I can't sleep at night, I'm not gonna allow you to do that. You can call me arrogant, you can say I'm stuck up, you can say what you please. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna allow you to do it. Also, I get my answers by what one doesn't say is my best answer. Well, yes and no. Yes and no, evangelist. Sometimes people don't say stuff because they don't know what to say. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't say stuff because if they say something, they gonna reveal that person that you're already thinking about what they did to you, and they don't want you to know that they know that you know what's going on, if that makes sense what I just said. So sometimes people won't say things because they just don't want to get caught in the crossfire. They don't want to get caught in the crossfire. And see, um it's best to be quiet sometimes. I'm gonna tell you why. It's true, depending on the conversation. Absolutely, I will get ready to say that. If you are sitting with a group of people and they just ragging this person, they just downing this person, 9 times out of 10, before the end of the week, you're gonna hear, yeah, like we were sitting at the table with Evangelist Hazel, and we said, now Evangelist Hazel, then she wasn't doing nothing but sitting up there listening. But because you were in the bunch, you get your name get called. She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. But because she was in the company, I'm telling you, you can get yourself pinned up and stuff. You can get yourself pinned up and stuff, but I'm telling you, and this may not sound Christian to some people, but I can't help it. You pray for me. Somebody come and tell me you said something, I'm gonna call and ask you, right? With that person on three-way, or I'm gonna wait till we all get in the same building. I'm gonna say, come here. Cause I'm gonna say, cause that I don't I can't take that now in my life. And I'm gonna ask you, did you say it? I did that. I did that. And the person didn't know because I didn't have an opportunity to tell them that the person was there. And I said, did you say no, 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 that's a lie? I said, well, wait a minute, before you start saying that, I got a person right here. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Yes. And they didn't know what to say. And actually the person who had came to my house to tell me what the other person said that was at work, the person that was at work was innocent, but the person that came to my house was the one that it came from. Lord have mercy. That's why you got to watch. You got to watch them close ones up till you been there, done that, because that happened to me today at work. Oh wow, it'll happen. When I was working before I retired, they all sit in the break room because they watch The Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. I sit right in my office and ate. I close my blinds to my one and lock my door because there will always be something about them break room conversations. No, it never happened again, Victoria. And that person never did that again. They never did that again. You sure did look beautiful yesterday. Always. Oh, thank you so very much. And you know what? Yesterday was one of my worst days. Didn't feel good at all. I had told the pastor I had started not to even go yesterday. But thank you so very much. I appreciate it. But I'm telling you, if I could, well, this preacher told me not to say this, Pastor William A. Jackson. He said, don't say that. But I used to say, if I could turn back the hands of times, because I've learned so much. And I know we can't put spilled milk back in a bottle. But you think about some of the dumb things you did. some of the dumb things you listen to, some of the people that you let influence you, and it wasn't even what it was. And you really miss that friendship with that person, but it'll never be the same because you chose to believe the lie and the scandal than to believe your friend that had been there with you for a long time. And I fell into that trap. Must have been about 20 years ago. And this person was just feeding my ear, and so I chose to believe them. I chose to believe them. And when it was all said and done, the person that was feeding my ear was the person who was telling the lies. And I lost that good friend listening to a liar. I did, Joanne. I lost that good friend. And you have some people that's some convincing liars. I mean, they got it so good they could win an Academy Award for lying. I'm telling you, they could win a Grammy Award for being the best liar. And if you ain't 2 cents sharp, and if you're not paying attention, and if you don't know what you're dealing with, guess what? You're gonna believe it because they lie just that. They don't even blink an eye. And they make it see. They even sometimes let a little tear come down their face, and they know they lying. I stay away. When I find out a person like that, I stay away from them. I don't dislike them. I don't hate them. If they need me in any way that I could help them, I'm going to help them. But if you intentionally tell a lie and scandal my name, no, you forgiven. But you just go on and go on and go on because we can't deal no more. I'm telling you. Watch out for them snakes. That's right. The best liars and the best pretenders. Lord have mercy. What you talking about? And Oscar habitual liars. That's right. Because you got them. I'm telling you. And here I go again talking about myself. They say I'm so blunt. She's so blunt. She'll say anything. Well, I just can't. When I'm sitting down and I'm sitting down listening to you, and I know you lying. I know what you saying is a lie. I know you lying. I just can't sit there. I just can't do it. I'll just start twitching, doing something. I can't sit there and listen to you, and I know you lying. I said, no, I don't believe that. No, I don't believe that. And that's why I don't have a lot of friends, Kathy. Because see, if I'm gonna sit there and I know you lying, oh no, I can't sit there. I can't tell you that. I can't tell you. And see, I pray every day for the Lord to help me. I really do, because I know I just call it like I see it, and that's not popular. It's not popular. Actually, sometimes it make me a little down because I said, well, God, am I, is it, do I need to change? But I can't, it's just like when I hear a liar, it's like they got something just turning over in my ear, like they grind in my ear. What, why you got to make up a lie on somebody to hurt somebody? Do you not love yourself that much that you got to concoct a lie to hurt somebody, to damage somebody? Even if it's true what they're saying, how is it going to benefit you by going spreading that? How is it going to help that person by you going spreading that? Why are you going to do that? I have a problem with that. I can't. I often tell people, if you don't want to hear the truth, don't ask me. And you better believe it. That's what I tell them. I said, now, you call me. I didn't call you. Do you want to really hear the truth? Now, this is Loretta's opinion. It don't make because I said it true, but you asked me what did I think. And I just can't, I'm not, oh, God help me. I need much help. I'm not a yes person. Somebody told me that your ministry and your nonprofit ministry And your LLC could be farther than it is if you wasn't so blunt and you learned to play the good old boy game. I said, what do you mean by the good old boy game? You can't say everything. You can't say everything to people in authority, and you can't ask them what do they mean, and you can't say what you mean by that. I said, well, I won't have it. I'd rather suffer first. Let me see. I lost somewhere. I lost. Oh, well, there people you don't want to hear this. I'm trying to find where I was. Some people believe a lie before they believe the truth. That's right. My mom always told us if you don't have anything good, don't say nothing at all. And that's truth. Don't say nothing else, but don't sell yourself short just to belong either. Don't you sell yourself short. That's what I was talking about with my ministry. I'm not selling myself short to say what you want me to say, and I knew it's not, and I know it's not true. I'm not going to sell myself short for a donation, and you want me to be against somebody. Keep it. God to make a way. Keep it. God to make a way. I'd rather you keep it. If you got to come back to me and say, well, I did this for you, so I need you to do this. Keep it. I may not be able to do it at that time. See, all this kind of stuff hurt people. And see, we I tell you, boy, we got a lot to learn. We got a lot to learn. We got a lot to learn, and we need to start with ourselves. The Trisha said you're free. The what? The Trisha said you're free. Oh, I think she meant the truth said you're free. I think that's what she mean. Amen. But I just, don't do that. Don't do that. Some people will believe a lie before, yeah, I read that. And they will. They will. They will. And we got to start letting all these people bring all this garbage to us. Because we don't know that it's true. Don't mess up a good friendship that you got by letting somebody poison your mind about something that you don't even know is true. And then, like I gave an example a while ago, you could have very well made a statement about a situation, a circumstance with a conversation that was going on. But they went back and told the opposite that you said. They didn't tell what you said. They went back and made it their story. So I'd rather not just be involved. Just go on when you see me. Hey, how you doing? We can hug. We can talk if you don't want to talk about nobody. But I've got up on many days in concerts when I was emceeing and walked out the door. But I got an outlet because I always have my phone and my iPad. And somebody come up there and they start talking all, and the people that be around me, they be laughing. Because when people start getting on my nerve and all that gossip, did you hear this? I just pull out my iPad and start making videos or a flyer or something like that. And then they eventually walk away. I don't even look up at them. So they know that I don't want to hear it. And see that right there really seems to be mean. I realize that. Somebody standing to the table talking to me. And I pull my iPad out and start making a flyer video. That seems to be very mean. But I do that because if I open my mouth, you ain't gonna want to hear what I have to say, and it might not be Christ-like. So I just pull out the iPad or the phone, start doing something. Eventually, they leave because they know I don't want to hear it. And I've been caught up in so much stuff. I just don't want to be caught up in stuff like that no more. And see, if you're the what is it, the outcast of the group, you're gonna get blamed. If you're the outcast of the group, it's going to be you that they're going to blame. And then everybody else going to stick together. You understand? But I'm going to say this because it's about time me to close. Don't you give up. And don't let people put their trash in your heart. God gave us our own mind. Learn to think for yourself. If a person don't want to be your friend because you don't want to be sitting down gossiping about a person, let them go. Let them go. Why is it when a person is new in the word, the drama queens are the first to go out of the way to be your ear about people in the place of worship? Lord have mercy. I don't know, but it's true. But there's a way you can stop them. Just tell them, I'm here to grow. I'm here to grow. I don't want no drama. But you're true. You're right, Darlene. They will do that. The Bible said all liars shall have their part in the lake of fire. Miss Loretta, I could talk to you every day. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you. Um, your ministry is just where it's needed. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. I talk about my experiences. I'm not going to sweep my experiences under the floor. I'm not, if it's something, I ain't going to get out here and tell everything, because everything you ain't got to tell. But, if it's stuff like I told you, I believe the gospels that was coming and lost some of the best friends because I choose to believe other people. And, that was a hard lesson for me to learn. And then I couldn't be angry 3 or 4 years down the road when I found out that it was a lie, because I chose to believe it. That person didn't put a gun to my head and tell me to believe it. I made the decision that I was going to believe it. But see, you can't tell me anything. You just can't tell me anything now. You just can't come and tell me anything now. First of all, I don't want to hear it. I am really at the point of my life, I don't want no drama. If it's not something to help somebody, don't tell me. I don't want to even know. I don't want to even know. If it's not something that we can pray about to make somebody better, I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Because if you feel that comfortable to talk about people like that to me, you don't think much of me. That's the way I see it. You don't think much of me, and I'm not your garbage can. God put me here this evening, and I'm so thankful that I tuned in. Well, thank you so very much. I'll be back on tomorrow night, 6:55. Every Monday and Tuesday at 6:55. And we talk real talk, stuff that happen every day in life. Well, things that help people, and because we're gonna get in situations. Sometimes we're gonna feel like quitting. Sometimes we're gonna get discouraged, and we need to be encouraged. This conversation is really what I needed. I pray that you have a great week and look forward to the next time. Love you, and please pray for son, dad. He was hospitalized on yesterday. We'll pray. Our job is to save souls. That's what it is. How often do you go live? On Mondays and Tuesdays at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Monday and Tuesdays at 6:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. Well, please come back, Miss Brenda Ellis. Like I said, we talk real talk. And I always tell people, if you got something that you want me to talk about, just inbox me on Facebook and say, will you discuss this? Will you find some information on this? And we'll do that. We'll do that. Miss Virginia, I'm getting ready to go off now, but thank you for joining us, honey. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate it. But we'll be back tomorrow night with another hot topic. I really appreciate all of you tonight, and thank you so very much for your responses and for tuning in. And I try to keep it real. I try to keep it real. Thank you, Kathy. I try to keep it real. I don't know no other way to be but to be myself. Everybody have a good night.